but now we're going to look at the types of bleed. Now your heart is beating, and what's happening inside, there's sort of two sides to the heart. Now one side to start with pumps the blood around the lungs where it's oxygenated, and then it goes back into the heart, and then the other side will actually pump it out through your arteries. So your arteries are going away from the heart, and this blood is under pressure because it's pumping with the heart, and also it's very oxygen rich, so it's bright red. As it goes out to the arteries, it's then going through your body's organs and your capillaries, and then heading back through your venous system. Now your venous system, the blood in there is not under pressure, it's not pulsing because it's already gone away from the heart now. So it's heading back in, and also the oxygen's been taken out of the blood. So the blood itself is a darker red. Now if you have a cut and you've cut your artery, then would be where the artery's actually been damaged, and the blood coming out would be bright red because it's oxygen rich and pumping from the heart. It will be spurting. Now this not necessarily means shooting across the room. It could just be pulsing out of the hands. If you've got a cut on the wrist, you could just see it pulsing through, or you could see it coming away. Depends on the severity of the wound. Now artery cuts are very, very serious because blood's coming out of pressure. They're going to lose a lot of blood and they're going to go into shock very quickly. The next one on the list would be a venous bleed. This is again a serious bleed. And this would be on the return side, so the blood on a venous bleed, rather than pulsing, would come out as a steady flow, and it'd be much darker red. This, again, we need to stop very, very quickly. The final type of bleed is a capillary bleed, and these would be things like a graze or a small cut. The sort of thing when you leave it for a little bit of time, it will stop on its own very, very quickly. Now these aren't as serious, however, they still need to be treated. So we'll look at those on treating those with plasters and smaller dressings later in the course. So artery bleeds, the blood is bright red and pulsing. Venous bleeds are darker red and it's coming out as a steady flow. And a capillary bleed is an oozing of blood. The final type of bleed just worth mentioning is internal bleeding. Now we'll cover this in the shock modules on the course. This would be where you have an injury inside your body. There's not a lot you can do within first aid as putting dressings on, but we would treat them for shock by laying them down and elevating their legs.